The battle is near. Sounds of it echo off the tunnel's icy walls, metal crashing against stone, thunder ripping the air. The chest-shaking howls of Algox. Your breath is heavy as you follow your guide, closer, closer, and then you arrive. But the middle of battle is no time to stand around. The Algox around you are locked in bitter combat, spells shooting out with terrible quickness and heavy fists swinging. Immediately before you stands a final cluster of guards. Their faces twist in fury at the sight of your party, realizing from which direction you've just come. "Doomed whelps," they shout. "We will destroy you for this intrusion." Hello friends, and welcome back. We are playing Frosthaven still. And we are about to jump into our first boss fight in Scenario 4, which has different setup rules depending on where you came from, as it says here in bold. Heart of Ice. The scenario is complete when only one boss is dead, and character summons have collectively dealt damage to that boss equal to, or at least half its maximum hit point value, rounded up. At the end of that round, if the Snow Dancer is dead or the Frozen Fist is dead. So we get to choose a side right now. And that's pretty exciting. Because we came from Scenario 2, we have this setup. This is our first room, and we set up the next room and then it's over. There is no third room as is suggested in the map layout, because the final boss fight is in this next room. And if we came from the other way, then we wouldn't set up this room. I hope that makes sense. If you've played it before, then obviously it makes sense to you. Okay, so our special rules are, do not set that up. Door 1 is locked and will unlock when all revealed enemies are dead. So we need to kill these enemies, these 4, an elite and a normal guard, an elite and a normal archer. We've definitely dealt with much worse than that, I believe. So this, not that it should be a cakewalk, but we should be able to get out of this room with full health. That's my thought anyway. Instead of using standees for the bosses, use miniature tuck boxes for this and that. This is frozen. The hand, I guess, is for the Frozen Fist, and the snow is for the Snow Dancer. I don't know if it's going to be called Frozen Fist and Snow Dancer, or if it's just these guys here. So these are their miniatures. Again, I don't know if they're going to be called Snow Dancer and Frozen Fist, or if that's just the names of the bosses. Or if we choose a side, let's say we choose to side with the Frozen Fist side, does he become, I assume he, become an unlocked class for us, or potentially like in the future, maybe not right away? And the same, does that mean anything for the Snow Dancer? So we'll see what happens here in the future with that. Maybe right after this, or maybe we get both of them, and their names are Frozen Fist and Snow Dancer, and we just use them. Maybe this has no bearing at all on these two classes in the future. Okay, everything is set up. This is room number 1. And I have a couple things I want to talk about before we start the scenario. And one is about, well, first, let's do this one. This is the card back for the modifiers for Frosthaven. Okay? This is the card back for the I'm not going to flip this around, for, what is it? Jaws of the Lion. Now, I assume that Jaws of the Lion and Gloomhaven have either a very similar or the same card backing for the modifiers. But it became evident pretty quickly that I can't use any of the modifiers from Frosthaven for these guys. And that's a problem. It's a problem for me, not so much for you guys. But this means that I'm going to have to eventually, use their the modifiers from the game, and that means I have to continuously change up all of these at some point. I didn't do it this one time. Instead, I just grabbed a bunch of -1s from Jaws of the Lion so I could do it one more time. But as soon as one of them levels up and they put a perk, like let's say they get to replace a -1 with a 0. Well, that +0 is going to have the Frosthaven card back. So I can't do this anymore, basically, after this scenario. I'm going to have to start changing things up. As I said, it's more of a problem for me than for you guys, but I wanted to point it out in case somebody noticed or realized that that was going to be an issue this time around. Part of me is like, why change it? And the other part is, okay, the attention to detail is pretty cool. I appreciate the attention to detail. But now that means no mixing of any kind for these games, unless you're using the Gloomhaven stuff for the Gloomhaven characters. So if you do start to mix the games, it becomes more chaotic, and you really have to pay attention to these little details. So I don't know how many people out there are doing what I'm doing, or if they want to bring their Gloomhaven classes into Frosthaven. You have to pay attention to these things, because I actually would not have even thought about it, except that I put the -1s in all their modifier decks, and one of them shuffled to the top, and I just caught my eye and thought, that one looks weird. What happened? Well, that's what happened. They changed the art on the card back. Again, cool, attention to detail, but difficult for mixing games. Yeah. Next is my tangents. After I just went over one, I'm going to really try hard not to go into tangents during gameplay, during these scenarios, because last scenario took me 4 nights to play, and I can't do that. I can't do that again. What I'd like to do is in one night do a room. That's it. Just do one room. That's it. And each room, I think, is going to be its own episode, in order to break up the editing on my part, and in order to make these videos somewhat shorter. I don't. In the case of digital, it was different. I could sit down and I could play one scenario without any setup or admin. It was very simple to sit down and play a scenario in one night. The next day, do all the editing. That's not the case for this game, for board gaming, and it's something I'm learning. Okay, it's just going to be something I learn. Yeah, so I'm going to try and cut down the chit chat while I'm doing the scenario, and maybe at the end of the outpost phase, let's say, I'll do kind of a chit chat segment and try and remember all the things that I wanted to say, which is difficult. So maybe it'll just cut down on chit chat altogether. All right, now on to this episode. All done. I hope. This is just 2 rooms, so I'm hoping just 2 episodes, but I won't say this all the time. It's just 2 rooms. We're going to be facing Frozen Fist, the Snow Dancer, which I believe is the I've forgotten her name. I've tried so hard to not forget her name. Oh, and it's written somewhere else in the section book, but yeah. Is that the priest that we helped in the last episode or in the last scenario? It could be. We're going to be facing archers, guards, and scouts. So there's no more priests, which is good, I guess. But in this case, we're facing just the archers and guards in this room. And we have 1 treasure chest and then a couple other things here. These are ice pillars, and they are, we can't walk through them. We can fly through them, but they're obstacles. There's the word. The loot deck looks like this. So a lot of iron this time, or metals, and a new herb there, which will be nice if we can get both of those, particularly for Uller, because he picked up a couple of those arrow vines, I think is what they're called, and so he could make some potions with those at the end of this scenario. Okay. I've already chosen the first cards, so I'm trying to get through this really quickly. But I've put some X cards in for all the classes, and I'm changing up the way I'm going to be playing Uller this time. Instead of shield and attack, you'll see, and because I want to just try some new things out. I don't want to just repeat the same thing. If he's jack of all trades, let's try a couple other combinations out and see how we can kind of build his class around the ones that I like the most. We'll still keep him as like a jack of all trades, but maybe we'll focus on like 3 or 4 of those instead of trying to keep like 6 tracks, you know. Hugin and Moonin, I'm gonna try to go for a mastery here. The mastery is switch forms each round. I'm going to try to do that. So there's a couple cards that I think are very important for that, and I'm going to put those out. And there's a really good thing that one of the bosses does that will help Hugin and Moonin. So I'm hoping I can do that, if at least just try and figure out that cycle of switch every round. And if it gets to a point where I just can't switch, okay, I won't do it, and I'll say goodbye to the mastery. But at least I'm focusing and trying to get the way that they're built. Let's see how they word it here. Their harmony to shift between the 2 different configurations. So I'd like to learn more about their harmony and how they work together. Bone Shaper, I really like Bone Shaper. I really like Drifter. This one I'm going to grow to like. It's just going to take a little bit of time to understand how they play. So anyway, that's it. Let's get to the game here. We're facing, as said, the guards and archers. As soon as they're all dead, this door will open up. Here's our fighting. We're going in with Moonin first, and he's got a couple good attacks first. So let's go over battle goals, and then we'll start. Uller has assistant. Kill an enemy attacked by any of your allies earlier in the same round. I think that's going to work with the way that I'm going to build him this time. And that was actually, I got that after putting the cards together. I think that's the way it has to be. I don't remember. Or maybe you can get this. I know it shows it here. I just did it. Battle goals, and then select which ability cards. Okay. Tormentor for Hugin and Moonin. Apply a different negative condition to an enemy that already has one or more negative conditions. That should be something that we should be able to do with them. And then this one's purely for fun, due to the last episode. For Vorder Egoist, collect more loot tokens than any other character, which is what happened to her last time. And I think it's still kind of possible, and I can have fun with it in kind of a role playing way, because we kind of let it go to her head last time, and she thinks it's a challenge this time too. So she's going to force herself onto that battle goal. Okay, done. So first up is the Drifter. Uller. We're going to go Prudent Preparation, a Shield, and Retaliation. And this is one of the ones that we're going for this time. On the next 6 attacks targeting you performed by enemies within 2, gain within 2. That's nice. Gain Retaliation range 2. So we're going to go for a Retaliate build this time around, or engine, I should say. This scenario for Uller, and we'll show what the other one is here in a minute, or when it gets to that time that we pull the other one out. Then 18 is Moonin. Moonin's going to play Mind Spike for the bottom ability. Attack 2 at 3 or 4. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. They're both at 4, and then we make that switch. And then Smoldering Hatred is one of those X cards. An attack 2 at 4 or 5, they're both at 4. We can take Muddle to make an attack 4, and or curse ourselves to make it an attack against both of them. So that's going to be an attack of 2 followed by an attack of 4. That should do a lot of damage to those two. Yes, they're going to be taking some negative things with that. One, they're going to be muddled, and then they're going to get a curse in their deck. But I think I want to try new things out with them, and if I can get that mastery, that's a free perk. That's pretty decent. I guess. Then finally, Bone Shaper at 91 with Life and Death. Let's bring in our first shambling skeleton. And Angry Spirits, I'm going to use for the bottom at first. On the next death of one of your summons due to damage from an attack, this attack suffers 2 damage. So you can kind of see what I'm going for here a little bit. I'd like to make them suffer damage with retaliation with the Angry Spirits. And we'll have, of course, somebody has to make some attacks from time to time, but if I can make them suffer damage, we can attack, and then they will have to take that damage. So it's going to be more damage on them without pulling modifier from the modifier deck, because we each had to put in 2 negative 1s? Yeah, scenario effects right there says put in 2 negative 1 cards to their attack modifier deck. That's everybody. If one of your perks was you're not affected by negative scenario effects, I think. Ignore scenario effects. Then yeah, you don't have to deal. Whoops. Then you wouldn't have to deal with that one in that case. But that's it for everybody. Let's go with the archers first, see what they're doing. Twin bolts at range of 4, they're not moving. So as long as we don't move, and we're not moving, then we don't have to deal with that. And that was kind of part of my plan there. So thank you for falling into that. And then the guard is psych up, move -1. So we will, let's see, a movement of 3. So we will see both of them moving up for those attacks, and that's fine. But they will be strengthened for the next turn, and they're going later than all of us, and the ones that matter anyway. So first, Drifter, Uller will get Prudent Preparation ready, and this will go into my active display with a token there, getting ready for incoming attacks, which means that they will, with Relentless, they'll be taking 3 damage each, while I have that one shield that should help. Yeah, okay. Next, let's start making some hits here, some attacks. Mind Spike, an attack of 2 at 3 or 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's start hitting that elite. So it's an attack of 2 plus 1. Good work. So that's already 3 damage onto number 5 guard. And then we make the switch after. Now let's do this one. It's an attack of 2 against both of them. Make it attack 4. I do have to make sure that I am now muddled. And I need to put in a card, a curse, and it has to have that little icon in the corner. I'm kind of, honestly, I'm a little disappointed that Frosthaven went with the tiny icon in that bottom corner. They should have done the same thing here. I kind of like that, so I know exactly which it came from without looking at this like tiny little icon in the bottom. So in some ways, that was they were onto something in Jaws of the Lion, and they got rid of it in Frosthaven for some reason. So anyway, that goes into my modifier deck. I'm gonna have to shuffle that after. That is now an attack against both of them at 4. So, oh, actually, I have to shuffle it in right now. I wonder, do I shuffle it in now or do I shuffle it in after? Yeah, so it is, since it's the cost of the action, it is performed before the attacks, which makes this less attractive. That means I'm muddled this turn and next turn, and there's a curse in there. So okay, that means I'm pulling 4 attack modifiers this round. We'll see how many I pull next round, I guess. I would like to get rid of that curse, but it would also be nice to connect, right? So this goes, I'll just put that right there. I make the attack now, and it's an attack of 4 against those 2, and I'm muddled. So we'll do a leap first, a 0 or a 0. That's a good start. So that one takes 4 damage on number 5. So it's already up to 7 damage. That's almost half. And then the next attack is a 0 and a -1. So, okay, that's 3 damage onto number 6. That wasn't so bad. That's not so bad at all. Now we make the switch to Hugin. Here we go. Hugin. Whoops. I switched the decks, but it did not switch the characters or the minis. All right. And they're still muddled for the next round. Got it. That totally makes sense because it's the cost, I guess is what it says in the FAQ. I had to go look that up. But it makes sense. Okay, now it's the guard. The guards are moving at -1, making an attack at +0, and then strengthening themselves. So get that ready. Let's see. The elite first, 1, 2 is the only one that he can reach, so we'll go there. That's an attack of -1, and it has an attack of 5, I believe. Yeah, 5 -1, and then prudent preparation is a shield of 1, so that's -2. So 5 -2 is 3. Then he takes 3 damage, and we move up on Relentless, which gives him 1 XP. Okay, that's 2 from there and 1 from Prudent Preparation. He's already at 10 damage. What? First round, and an elite guard has taken 2/3 damage. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. All right. Then the next one comes up. He's going to make an attack of +0. The normal has an attack of 3, +0 from Psych Up, -1 for that shield. So I take 2 more damage there. And then he proceeds to take 3 damage. Both of them are at nearly 33% of their health. Wow. Wow. That is where it's at. Okay. Then that gets reshuffled in. The guards are going to be strengthened for the next round. Archers up. We've already discussed this. They can't reach us and they're not moving. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here. I finally found this. I don't know how much. Yeah, you can see it. And it looks really funny. But yeah, I got this little laser here. And basically, from the Army Painter, I use this for line of sight in a variety of games. But in this game, it's great for trying to connect those corners to see line of sight, and it's pretty intimidating how much they can see from behind this wall. So I think it needs batteries. It's probably dying, so I need to find some batteries for it. But Archer's done, and now it's the Bone Shaper's turn. Everything is exactly where I want it to be. We will play this Life and Death to put the first shambling skeleton out right next to that elite. And then we will have this ready for whenever it dies, or any of hers die. The attacker will take 2 damage. We lose 2 health for that summon, and then we gain an experience for it as well. Now I'm hoping we can actually play Warden's Robes this time around. Yeah. Okay, and that's the round. That went pretty smooth. That's not so bad at all. I have one tiny shuffle to do, and we'll start round 2. So we're going to be keeping the same initiative order in this round. Drifter, Germinate, Bone Shaper, and I'm hoping we're going earlier than all of them. First up is 20. Uller is going to heal and heal. Just sit there and heal 5. We can move back our Relentless track back 1 with that. I want to know if I'm ever going to pull a modifier from his deck. I'm not. It's not that I'm not trying to. I'm going to try and use relentlessly. Then 23 Hornet Stingers for Hugin, and we'll use this to move. Ooh, he's only going to be able to move 1 with that. 1. And then he's not going to be able to move to hit them both either. I might skip this then and just use the move 2, but I want to hit both of them without hitting anybody else. So is there another card that would be better just for like a move of 2? Not really. Let's use that one. Let's use that one. And then we'll switch back to Moonin after. This will poison them and make an attack of 1. But again, if I don't know if I care about the damage. I'm just trying to, I'm attacking it with a muddle. So I'm just trying to get that curse out now before it gets too crazy. And then at 26 is Vorder, malicious conversion for basically the initiative. I don't think I'll be moving much. Maybe I'll move a couple just to get moving, but I don't think moving to here is getting me any closer to the door. So I don't know what we're going to do. Maybe they're dead and I can just kind of move a little bit. And then Eternal Torment, we will curse if one's alive, and then grant one of our summons adjacent to the target to attack again, bringing in darkness. Now, the attack would be wonderful if this isn't dead yet, then it should be dead after 2 attacks from the skeleton. If it is dead before, then we'll just curse this one and we're not going to see any attack. But I want to bring in darkness. I want to bring in darkness. Okay, that's it. First up is the guard. Psych up again. Yikes. Okay. So that goes right there. And then Archer is Hasty Assault. They're going first with a bit more movement. So let's see that happen right now because they're going before us. So 16, yep. First is a +1 movement, and they both have a movement of just 2. That's it. So 1, 2, 3, and it has a range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, nobody's going to be attacked. 1, 2, and you're stuck there. Well, all right then. I didn't realize they had such low movement. That's strange. Okay, that's their turn again. Drifter, Uller, let's see it. We already know what he's going to do. Heal. He's full health again, and we get to put. We're going back on his relentless track 1. Okay. Then Germinate, Hugin. 1, 2. Since they've already gone, then I'm not so afraid. Let's move out there. They're both going to be attacking Uller anyway, so I'm not too worried about standing too close to them for the moment. Yeah, we're just going to use that. We don't even need the shield. This was more of a precaution about what was going to happen out there. Then we'll use Hornet Stingers for the attack 1 against both of them. It looks kind of like that. So both of those will be attacked at disadvantage, and then we can finally remove our muddle. First attack against the elite is -1 and a +1. Okay, so -1, no damage, but it's poisoned. Again, this is more for the switch, but hey, a poison is going to be pretty helpful. And then it's a -2 or a -1. Hey, we're getting rid of a lot of minuses, and it's at a point in the game where I don't care about it. I'm kind of searching for that curse. I didn't pull it yet, but hey, I've pulled 1, 2, 3, 4 negatives, three zeros. So we've pulled quite a bit of negativity out of his deck there. Then Moonin comes back in. So far, we're doing pretty good about this switch. Yep. Okay, so far we're doing pretty good. We've done it every round. It's only been 2 rounds, but yeah, okay. Okay, then it goes to 26, or the Bone Shaper. Let's see about killing at least one of them. First up, of course, is our little Draugr there. He's going to make an attack of 2 +1. on top of that poison. So an attack of 2, +1 from the poison, +1 from the modifier. That's an attack of 4 damage. Ooh, that's so close. But we have one more attack coming in. Okay, I'm going to use this now, Eternal Torment. Let's curse it. Here comes the back, the correct back. We'll curse it. I wish that's all it was just throwing a curse on top of the deck. That would be fantastic. Maybe too strong. But let's make that attack a +0, +1. So the elite is already dead, guys. Jeez Louise. Round 2. Like that's fan-freaking-tastic. We've only taken 1 hit from it, and it wasn't even that bad. 1 hit. I would like to be able to leave or to get to here and have 1 more turn to really just to center ourselves, to get the cards that we want in our active stations, and then walk in. Darkness is up to strong. Okay. And now we have a movement of 3. Well, yeah, let's be greedy here. Let's let ego get in our way. So first token, and it's just money. It's just money. But I will put that on her egoist so that I know she already has it, unless somebody else messes with her. Okay. Now we go to Psych Up. The normal is going to make an attack with advantage. So where does that go? Let me really quickly put that curse, shuffle that right to the top of the deck. Of course, that's a joke. And if it does happen and I pull it right now, then you guys will never trust me ever again. Of course, it knows it's getting a curse, so it's attacking at advantage this turn and then next turn. But it already has 6 damage, 6 out of 10, and it has poison too. So it's going to be dying very, very soon. Okay, here comes the attack. Well, son of a. All right, times 2. Times 2. Not messing around, guys. He's not messing around. That's an attack of 3. Times 2 is 6. So you're down to 4 damage, but you're taking another 2 for the relentless retaliation. So he's at 6, 7, 8 damage with a poison. He just needs to take 2 more hits, and it's dead. But that was bad. And I've already prepared for it, so it's not too bad. This goes away. Oh, and then now he's psyched up, so it comes right back again. That will, of course, be shuffled right back in. And we shuffle his deck, the attack modifier for the monsters, and we'll come back for round 3, down to waning with darkness. So we're going to be starting off at 18 with Vorder. Move 2 and then move our summons 2. And that's in preparation if the Draugr shambling skeleton, it will move up to here and then it will make an attack. If that attack goes through and kills it, then I'm going to use Flow of the Black River to have it continue moving so it can attack in the next round. And Angry Spirits actually works from any range. On the next death of one of your summons, due to damage from an attack, the attacker suffers 2. So the spirits of the shambling skeleton that I've put together goes and makes the attack against whoever made or damages whoever made the attack. and then Fell Remedy for a heal of 4. I was preparing myself for that in case Uller got hit twice. That'll also give her some experience. Then at 36 is Moonin with Into My Embrace, an attack of 3 at range 3 or 4 and pull 2, making that switch again. I'm going to use Reshape the Guise, which is a pretty interesting X ability. I got it for this top, but the bottom allows you to discard a choice card during short rests, and you can treat short rests like long rests without slowing down your progression, kind of a thing. Also bringing in light. So I brought it in to see. I'm probably going to use it for the top ability in this scenario. I don't know if I'm going to use the bottom. Maybe I just use it at the end to get an XP. But just need a couple movement. I think just one, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 to pull the elite back. Again, this is all hoping that that normal is dead, because at 61, which is the earliest I could go without going before Moonin here, is Uller with continuous health. We can use the top ability to make a ranged attack and manipulate our token, and then move and manipulate our token. So 1, 2, and then 1, 2 to make an attack against that elite after it's been pulled in. This is a lot of moving parts in this one round, but I'm seeing how they can really work together here. And I'm trying my best to make Hugin and Moonin switch every round while still being able to make an attack, or at least help in some way. Okay. So what's the guard going to do? Going at 30, Hasty Assault. That is between Vorder and Hugin, or Moonin, that is. And then the archers shoot foot at 29. How's that going to impact us? Those should be attacks against Vorder's little guy there. Yeah. And it's even before the guard. All right. So this could bite me somehow, because they're both going before Moonin. But hey, it shouldn't be too bad. Bone Shape is first, so let's move up. It's going to make the attack there a 0. That's an attack of 2, make it 3 because of the poison, and 0 plus 0. So an attack of 3, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that one is dead. Fantastic. So we don't have to see another angry, strengthened Algox guard for the rest of this room, at least. And that is much better. That is how you clean up a couple Algox guards. Hasty Assault, gone. Okay, that means that we can continue our plan here. Before we do anything, let's Fell Remedy. That's a heal of 2 plus 2 because of darkness, and an experience. So that's 4 health for Uller, and an experience. And then let's make those attacks against this one. So I'm going to move 2. Just that. Look at that, guys. And then you're going to move 2. You're going towards the... would it go there? I don't know. Let's see heads, tails there and figure that out. Heads, tails. That is a heads. Okay, so it goes there. That's fine. Done. loot. Some metal. So she's up to 2 loot tokens, and everyone else has 0. Now it goes to the shoot foot here, which shouldn't be too bad of attacks for our shambling skeleton. It's because we have the warden's robes if something looks bad. So we'll make the first attack. They don't have to move at all, right? No, it's a range of 5. So the elite first. I swear. I swear. Okay? And then a +0. I swear I did not do that on purpose, but it's really funny that it showed up like that. That is a 0. It has an attack of 3 for the normal, -1 for shoot foot, and 0. So Warden's robes, I will use Warden's robes for 0 damage. Or should I just take the damage? No. I'll save it. Maybe it's not going to be able to move now for next round, but so maybe we just go late. It makes 2 attacks there, and then we can get Angry Spirits back. We'll see how that works. All right, on to Moonin. We know we're going to use Reshape the Guise for a move of 1, or should I go 2? It's an attack at range 3 or 4, so I can go up to 2 there. Let's do 2 so that we can keep moving. 1, 2, 3. For Into My Embrace, an attack of 3 +0. So that's 3 damage, and it gets pulled 1, 2. And we also switch to Hugin. I'm getting it. We'll see. Now, and 2 damage. Most important part. 3 damage. Because it was 3 +0 on number 1. Okay. That one has 11 health. The other one has 7 health. Total, that is. Who's next? 61 is Uller. Uller's going to use precision aim, move 2, 1, 2, and we can move our token back 1, and then continuous health for an attack of 2. Funny that it says health there, but attack of 2 at range 2, that's right there. So we will be making our first attack. What else do I think it's going to be? Something bad. And then we can send that back 1 more. So they now have 4 damage. A tiny bit of shuffling. That was round 3. Let's now go into round 4. So first up at 23 is Uller with Draining Arrows. Move 3. If you're adjacent to exactly 1 enemy, then move a token. Oh, you know what? I don't even need to do that. But it's fine because I need the move 3, and that's the only move 3 I have. So I don't have, it's already on the first slot. I've gotten it all the way back. So I'm being a little too aggressive on the 1 track. I do want to get a second track out. I just don't need it right now. I'm kind of thinking of putting a different track out now. My thought was continuous health for the next 6 heals, add +2 health, and just take damage while dealing damage while taking hits. So yeah, I figured that would be a good combination, but I almost want to put a different one out. I still want to do it just so that I can like take a hit or two or three and then heal right back up again. Maybe I'm thinking too much about that. I just wanted to try it out. So anyway, move 3, 1, 2, 3, right in between them at the fastest initiative, so he gets attacked twice. And then we'll attack with fortitude. It's just going to be an attack of 3. I don't think. Yeah, there's no reason for me to do the actual thing here, because if I do that and then walk up, I could have done that from there. Before applying any of your bonuses, move the character token on one of your persistent abilities forward 1 slot. I wonder if I get experience for that. No, you only gain experience when you move the token forward, not backward. So I would gain the experience for it. So maybe I'll do it that way. And then I'll walk up and bring it back again. So make the attack, walk up and bring it back. That's what I'll do. I didn't think about that. That's pretty sweet. Then at 40 is Hugin right there with Changeling's Boon. But I'm going to use this move 3, 1, 2, 3, and then make an attack while switching. Make 2 attacks. I'm trying to get that curse out before I get into that final room. So 2 attack 2s against that. I think I'm going to even go later. I'm going to go later so that those 2 attacks go on to Uller, and then Uller can use Relentless and gain some experience from that too. So we're going to go 72 instead. This doesn't change anything on our end because I'm going 81 with Vorder here. Let's bring in the next Shambling Skeleton after moving 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess it's going to go right there. Yep. Okay. Yep. That'll do. Let's see what the archers are doing. 16 hasty assault. So that means that he's only going to be attacked by one of them, and then the other one is going to be attacking. This normal is attacking back there. Actually, none of them are attacking. Oh, for crying out loud. They screwed me. They screwed me. Okay, well, let's see what they go. This one's going to go first. It has a tie for attacking either the summon or Vorder's, or Hugin. It's going to focus on Hugin due to the initiative of them two, but it's going to move back 1 first. Which, honestly, this game. And then it makes an attack. I'm going to use my leather armor. I should have used that before. So we now have an attack at disadvantage. It's a +0, a +1. So it's a +0. Hasty Assault subtracts 1 from their attack of 4, sorry, because he's an elite. So that's 3 damage onto Hugin. Crap. Then number 6 here attacks the Shambling Skeleton with a ×2. So that's an attack of 3 × 2 is 6. Well, I can't do anything about it, so it is going to die. And then because of Angry Spirits, it's going, the attacker will gain 2 damage. So that's something. But they've completely screwed up my entire turn. Good work. Good work. So now it's Uller's turn. He has to, he can't do the thing that he wanted to do. I think I'm still going to do it though. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to make a ranged attack against number 6 there, because I've got other ways of moving the token back. So I'm going to move our token forward, which gives us an experience. And this is an attack of 3 at range 2. 3 minus 1. It's fantastic. Fantastic. So that's 2 more damage onto number 6. They both have 4 total damage now. Okay. I hope that was worth it. Then 72. We've got that jump, move, and then attack, attack. Well, 1, 2, 3. Yep. With this one. That's really 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's the only place you could go. So we'll make that switch. Let's make attack 2, attack 2. Let's go against that elite to try and yeah, let's go against the elite so that maybe Vorder's oh, that guy's dead. He's dead. So let's go against the elite. We need to kill it. I don't want it to start running away this way back towards where we came from. So attack 2, attack 2. We've got a +1 for the first and a -1 for the second. So that's 3 and then 1. That is 4 damage total for number 1 elite. All right. Still can't find that curse, so it's going to scare us at a very bad time. That's 8 total. And now, unfortunately, we're so clustered here that it does not matter. We're moving 4 with Dark Tidings, and then bringing in the Returned Servant, the Shambling Skeleton that just died. Will take 2 more damage. 1, 2. And then bring back that number 1 right there. Okay. And 1 XP. That's it for round. Is it 4? I've really lost track here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Okay, so that's it for round 4. Shuffle, 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 and then let's see round 5. So we'll be seeing the same initiative order, kind of like this order anyway. We'll be going at 27 and 65 because we've got a tie. Vile Assault, move 2 and heal, and we'll make this bloodletting attack against that elite. It has 6, 7, 8 damage. I need 3 damage to kill it. So if it dies, I get to move our token back. If not, then I tried. And then move 2 and heal. Heal 2. Oops, 27. Then also at 27, but 76. Selfless Offering for Moon, and I forgot to make that switch. I did play Draining Pincers and got the switch card, but then I forgot to make the switch. So Moonin's in. We'll play this card and Firefly Swarm just for an attack of 2 so that I can maybe finish this one off and then back up a little bit so that they focus on him. If they do get to go early, then this one's going to make an attack first. It will take some damage, but it will be attacking at disadvantage too. I don't know. I've kind of ended with the cards that I didn't plan on ending with. So the planning portion, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it before opening the door. I don't think all of the planning that I'd like to do. Yeah, it's not looking good. Okay, well, it's fine. We've got what we've got now, and we'll make the best once we open that door. Then at 46, Decaying Will for Vorder. Probably use this top ability to go for 6. Maybe that's enough to finally kill it if we've already killed 1 there. And I can't do this. So I already have 2 health. And she already played all those healing abilities that heal herself. I think she only has one of those now. Let me think about that. One. Oh, she's got two. We've already played both of them. But anyway, we'll be able to make an attack. If it's not dead, then I'll put a curse in their deck too. Okay. Let's see what they're doing. 56 twin bolts, and they can't move. 56 is after all of us, so that's good. A good start. So, Uller first. I'll make the attack here a 3. Plus 0 is enough to kill it. That is all that I needed, as I said before. So, that drops right there. That's gone. And now I'm definitely seeing that having just one track is not good enough. It's not good enough at all. I'm going to use that move to pick up that loot just to get something, and then heal 2. The loot is 1 hide. I was kind of looking for those herbs for him. But yeah, what I was saying, I definitely think 1 track is not enough. I need 2 tracks out. And I'm thinking that my heal is not the way to go about it. And that's good because I still have Unbreakable in his hand. So I'll probably play this next round for him and get a shield out because those work really well. And then I won't have to deal with so much healing. Yeah, I guess that's still a good combination with Relentless. I was just really wanting to get that heal to try something else. Okay, next. Well, that's 1 down, so we need to do that 1. And if not, then we're going to back up a little bit. Let's do an attack of 2. It's not going to be enough. And it's a -1. Come on, where is it? I'm like begging for that curse, and I won't get it, will I? And then a movement of 3. Well, he can't jump or do anything. I'm going to use my Amulet of Life right now while I'm thinking about it. That's going to give me 1 more health. I guess I'm going to back up just 1. Yeah, just 1. Let's back up 1. And then we make the switch to Hugin. Yep. So far we're doing really good with Hugin and Moonin. They're doing their thing. If I can keep this up, then the first mastery is done. Okay. Obviously, this is just the first room, and I've been doing really well. Been getting both of us are getting lucky, but they died really quickly. 46 for Vorder. That one's going to go up first. Make an attack of 2, -1. Pulling a lot of -1s here. So that's just 1 damage, which puts it to 6. Oh man, it's actually dead anyway. Yeah, it is. I'm going to make that attack there. +0. It says an attack of 1 at range 5, poison. Add +1 if the target is adjacent to at least one of your summons. Well, it is, so it's an attack of 2, and that one's also dead. Jeez. So that one's not even going to make an attack. And archers are gone. That means I can use this for the bottom ability, which is just a move of 2 default. Can't go anywhere, so she's stuck back there. So That means for this next round, I'm going to just do this on the fly really quickly because I only have two cards for everyone. So we'll do this in order of. Oh no! Okay, well this is bad. Hugin cannot switch without attacking somebody. So he's going to take a long rest. This is not the way that I wanted to do this. Yeah. Okay. Well, since there's no archer here, what I'm gonna do is we're going at 70 with Uller, and we're just gonna move out of the way. He's actually gonna go and pick that up. I don't see why not. Oh no, he's not. He's gonna stay right where he is and get this. Yeah, we're gonna use Unbreakable again. One, it's in his hand, and I need to get another track out, and I'd rather do it now than get into the room and then I can't. I have to play a track where I can't move or attack. So let's get a second track out, and let's get Unbreakable. That means this one goes unused. Then 83. We're totally screwed here. We need to. I can't do anything. This can't happen, and this can't happen. My thought was, oh, I can move 2 and then grant the summon move. It right now it doesn't move. It has nowhere to move. So maybe what I do is I say, hey, let's use this top ability. Okay, stay with me here. I'm gonna have it say, I'm gonna say, hey, move. It has no focus, so focus on me. So it moves out of the way with this card. It has a move of 2, all right? And then I'm going to say with this one, that was the top ability. So the bottom ability I'm going to use to move 2. Okay, we just switched, but I have ways of bringing it up faster without it getting in our way for the next round. Does that make sense? To me, it does. I had to take a long rest with Hugin here because the only card he had for a switch was dragged down, and that's an attack card. And I can't make the switch if I don't use the ability. So that's it. Yeah, that's it. So I had to take a long rest there, for better or worse. That means I get to choose a card from their deck, and then at the end, make the switch. So I'm going to make the switch now. Let's find a card for Hugin or Mugen, for Hugin or Moonin to drop, particularly the one that does not switch. So I have those for as long as possible. All right, it ended up being Reshape the Guise. There's no way to switch, and because I have 6 or 7 cards in the hand, I'm dropping down to 6 cards in the hand, so I need 3 switches. And at the moment, they have 1, 2, 3. There is this one, but let's see, 1, 2, 3. Oh, huh. Well, this one has a heal on it, though. I think I wanted to keep it for that heal and maybe use this later. I don't think so, but it might be something that comes in handy for an extra way to switch. But for now, I thought the best way to do it was to drop one that didn't have a switch on it, doesn't have an attack, and it doesn't even have a movement. It has loot and regenerate, which is great. And then this cool ability at the bottom, But I'm not interested in the top ability because somebody has a large ego, so let's not worry about looting this scenario. And this bottom ability, I'm cool with just taking a long rest so that we don't need to be on the move so quickly. Maybe that's a wrong way of thinking because we're about to enter the room with two bosses in it, and we have to help kill one of them. And to be able to take a short rest as a long rest where we don't lose an entire round, man, that just sounds good, doesn't it? I can't drop this one because it was left in her hand. I think that was the problem. Okay, that's the one I'm going to choose. It just means that we have to take a long rests now. I don't know how many more long rests he needs. They need to take, honestly, in this scenario. Maybe one, upwards of two. I can't imagine three. So that means 2 rounds out of the next 10, maybe. So yeah, I'm not too worried about it. It's also a way to heal too. So I kind of like long resting, but I like this ability and I want to use it. I just feel like since I'm going for that mastery, this is the one to drop. Uh, Call me crazy. Maybe I shouldn't be going for a mastery on scenario 4 with a boss with 2 bosses in it, particularly one so tricky as switching back and forth. But maybe it's not as bad as I'm playing it out to be. I've gone 4. But that's the 5th round, and I've done it. So if I just need like 5, 6 more rounds, then it's really not that bad. So that one might be one of the easiest masteries for these starting classes. So anyway, that's it for that round. We're going to be seeing long rest and long rest for Uller and Vorder, and I need to choose a couple cards for Moonin, and one has to be that move unless I want to play Harvest the Essence. So I can switch and then use this ability. Also gaining a ward could be interesting. Yeah, but I would be losing that heal. I think I'm gonna do it that way, but I need to choose another card. So 1 minute, I'll be right back. All right, so yeah, 2 long rests, and I've made up my mind. I think this is the best way to do it because I don't want to use that move and then need it in the future. So I'm gonna use this one, which brings an XP and gives him a ward. Gives them a ward, which is going to be helpful maybe some point in the future because they're going to get hit really hard. I don't know. I don't know. So whenever they take damage from an attack, or is it just any damage at all? The next source of damage, have it round down. This is also a persistent ability, Harvest the Essence, in which at the end of returns you can burn or consume any element to infuse ice or fire or or light. So let's get those ready. Yeah, ice isn't all that necessary right now because of what's going to happen in the next room, but we can bring in light with it. So I'll get that. That's an experience and a ward for the future. And then we're using Firefly Swarm for a movement of 4, which puts her 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put it right there. Yeah, right there. No, right here. Let's make some space. To go into the room, probably next round. Then we can make the switch. So Hugin comes on in, Moonin gets on out. Yeah, I feel like that move 3 might be necessary next turn, next room, because I might not be able to get into. I mean, it's a 3 or 4 or 3 or 4. Whoops, a 3 or 4 range or a 3 or 4 range for these two abilities. So I'm thinking I should be able to get into range, but just in case, that move 3 should be something that I could fall back on. Okay. It does make me lose that heal. But I feel like there's another way for. Yeah, we've got. Nope, that's a. Yeah, we've got something here that we can fall onto that's burn, but it's a heal 4, regenerate self, and we can consume to also strengthen ourselves. And that's something that's probably on my list of things to do in the future in this room. So, okay, that was you, Moon, and became Hugin, and now the 2 long rests. I'm really went back and forth on this. Decaying Will was the one I'm falling back on to drop. It's my only free way of bringing in Earth, but Earth, while useful, is not a way of gaining experience, and it's not. I feel like it's not necessary. Darkness is more helpful than Earth is at the moment. We'll see how that works. So we're dropping that one. She gets all of her cards back and healed 2. Okay. Then finally, Uller is dropping Violent Inheritance first again. I don't want to, but I don't know. I have so many other good abilities that I want to use, and this one is just something that's like, I don't know. It's my other loot, I guess, is the way I should think about it. Somebody else wants to loot and is telling us not to, so I'm going with it for better or worse. But there's just so many other abilities, and there's a couple X's that I want to use again. Yeah, man. So I feel like if I'm going to get rid of something, that's probably a good one to get rid of for now. Even though that bottom ability is just so good, it's not going to help me gain any experience on my tracks. So it's something I'm not focusing on, so I'm not going to take it. Okay, that's it for that round. That door is unlocked. Let's go take a peek at what's inside. Let's open up that door, huh? See what's inside. We'll start at 23 with Uller. Yep, that's in perfect order. And unfortunately, that's my only move 3. I really screwed up. That one was a move 4. I definitely, I probably, not, maybe not definitely, but I probably should have kept this just so that I could 1, 2, 3, 4 open that door. And then I would have burned a second card right away. Whatever. But I promise I've got something good here. A move 3. Let's bring Crushing Weight right back in again. I said I had a different plan, but we're fighting 2 bosses. We're gonna need some help, and he's going to be up in the thick of it. So let's put him right back up. The only difference I've done here is bringing in Relentless, which is retaliation, and I think that's a good idea. But I see we've killed 4 enemies, and I only have two experience, because Relentless I could only use. I think I only used Relentless twice. That gave me experience. The first time you use the card, it gives you 1 experience. The second time, it doesn't. And what ended up happening was it jumped off of 1, it went here, and then I kept going back to 2. So not only is the keeping the token on the track, but keeping it on an empty space so that when it goes back, it just toggles back and forth between getting an XP, getting an XP, getting an XP. I'm learning here. I'm learning. Okay, but that's definitely the way it should be. Let's keep it on 1, or let it hit 3 and then move it back to 3 over and over again. But with a third track out, that shouldn't be a problem. Nope. So we're going to open that door and just growl into the room as an Inox, looking at these Algox. Algoxi, whatever. But yeah, we're going to give a deep growl and hope to intimidate something. Then at 72 is Hugin, and Hugin is going to use draining pincers for that movement to make the switch. And reckless jab is just as like a, let's see if we can hit something. If we can't, then we're switching, and we're not really losing too much. If we can make an attack, then we can take poison and or wound to add +2 to the attack and or disarm, respectively. So interesting X card. We can hurt ourselves. Again, that's another X. But for Hugin, the other one was for Moonin, where she took a what was that? A curse and a muddle to make her attack even better. And then at 91, let's go pick up that loot with malicious conversion, just whatever, it's just a move. We're going to go there and then plop down another shambling skeleton. And we're just going to stay back here and send in skeletons. As they died, we can just pop in the next one and we can heal from back there. That sounds fun. That sounds like a cultist thing to do, right? Okay, well, that's it. Nothing else to do here. So let's pop that door open. Finally, let's just do this. We'll put that down now. Put a token on it. And let's pop that door open. It doesn't even matter because all of them are on 1, the first track. So 1, 2, 3. Let's see what is behind door number 1.